Hey, what's going on, Coin Up TV subscribers? Robert Welcome here, and in this video, I want to do a review of another Shaw Brothers classic wuxia martial arts spectacle. It is called Brothers 5 from 1970. I have the Blu-ray here from Shout Factory Shaw Brothers Classic Collection Volume 2. This is partnered up with Lady of Steel, which I also reviewed on my YouTube channel. If you didn't know, these are individual discs packaged together, high quality. I'll talk about the disc and what it comes with and my letter grade at the end of this video. This video will contain some spoilers. If you're brand new to my channel, please like and subscribe. So let me get started with the IMDb synopsis here. IMDb, it says, a young woman sets out to reunite feuding brothers to take out a gang of killers who have murdered their father. Pretty good synopsis there, summarizing things. It's kind of a simple plot. It's action heavy. And let's talk about the cast here. Chang Pei-Pei, let's see, they got her on the cover there. Yeah, there you go. And the five brothers on the cover also. So the five brothers, we got Yueh Hua, Lo Wei, Han Chen, Chang I, Yuen Kao, and also Feng, and Tien Feng is the villain. Tien Feng is the villain of this movie, and yeah, Feng is also a villain with some crazy red wig. He actually had a really cool look in this movie. It took me a double take before I could recognize him when he first popped up because of his makeup and his wig. Spoiler alert, I enjoyed this movie a lot. So let's talk about some of my notes here, my pros and stuff. So awesome title intro sequence there, animated titles, introducing the major cast in a stylized sort of spaghetti western type of way. I felt like I was watching The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or Sergio Leone, or spaghetti western movie with that. That was really cool to just get the blood pumping, get the fires going. Then we had a great opening scene with Yueh Hua supporting a carriage owner who's getting whipped and beat up, and that leads into a little bit of a couple of fights there. Right at the beginning, so we're getting things going. A couple of interesting fight scenes, and then Chang Pei-Pei jumps in, gives an exposition dump to Yueh Hua about how she's tracking down his brothers, and they've got marks on their hands to signify that they're brothers, and their dad was killed, and they've got to sort of seek revenge to the Tianlong village, which is kind of the stronghold where all the villains are held up. It's kind of interesting. They heroes just kind of like keep popping up outside of the Tianlong village multiple times during the movie. That was a little bit silly, but it was kind of fun to see little action set pieces there. Soon we're introduced to Chang I, who's also out to seek revenge and fight some of the members of the Tianlong villa. And I felt like, I gotta be honest, I felt like I was watching like an early Avengers movie here. We had the heroes being introduced one at a time. They each had their special abilities. The original first guy we're introduced to, the hero Yueh Hua. He's got this hat, looks like a steel hat with a blade around the edge that he uses as a weapon. And then Chang I is a little more of a scholar and has this spear that looks kind of like a writing instrument, a pencil, a pen, ink writing instrument. And so that was kind of interesting. And then Chang Pei-Pei is actually kind of sits in as the Nick Fury. She's the Nick Fury of the Avengers, getting all the Avengers together one-on-one, talking about their special abilities, what they need to do, how there's a connection between the brothers. And I was like, okay, I'm into this. I'm along for the ride. I'm having a good time. The brothers eventually unite and learn to fight together, defeating the main villain, who was the leader of the Tianlong village. The wall-to-wall action all the way through, very little character development or motivation. I mean, it's basically the brothers unite, they learn to fight together, they learn this like little silly martial arts style that they can defeat the villain of the movie. That was kind of a little silly at the end there. We get some early Sammo Hung. He actually has a speaking role and an action scene, gets a glorious death. I was listening to the commentaries and they talk about how Sammo Hung was actually one of the action choreographers for this, so that's why a lot of the action is really tight and looks really great. So that was kind of cool to see Sammo Hung there in like an early role. Another funny thing was, this is a line you hear often in these martial arts movies, and you know, I often thought, you know, I grew up as watching these as a kid, and they were dubbed, and I thought maybe this is just like a product of the dubbing, but this, I was watching this in the subtitle, and sure enough, the line "You must be tired of living" was said a total of 4 or 5 times, and I was thinking, well, this could be a drinking game. If you're watching Brothers 5, if you get the Brothers 5 Blu-ray, and you're watching this and you want to have a drinking game, every time somebody says "you must be tired of living," there's a good chance you're going to have you know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 shots from that, and I thought that was kind of funny to see. I do have a couple of complaints. There was a lot of shooting that was at nighttime or day for night shot in the day, but then converted over to look like it was nighttime. Either way, those shots didn't really turn out that great. They were just too dim, too dark. They didn't really have the specular highlights there from the lighting of the sun. And it was a little hard to kind of tell what was happening in the action. I mean, the choreography and the action was kind of cool, but a lot of that nighttime stuff I would have liked to have just done, you know, inside of a tavern, a lodge, or just, you know, daytime outside with like the rest of the stuff, you know. And then the other complaint I had was there was way too much with a lot of the people have weapons where they're throwing like little darts or daggers, so little small daggers. And multiple times, if you want to go back to the drinking game, multiple times people catch those, the hero, the villain, catch them in their mouth, and they're like, you know, they got the dart in their mouth. That happened more than once or twice, and I thought, okay, now this is happening way too much. I mean, people should not be catching darts, throwing darts in their mouth in general, and the fact that it happened like a few times, I thought that was kind of funny. And then finally, another minor quirk was could have used a little more music, needle drops in this. There were some scenes where I was like, action or dramatic tension happening, and there was like no music at all. It was like silent. It felt a little empty. There is some music that sort of pops up in the final fight scene. Finally, I was actually thinking about it. I was like, wow, where's like the music cue? I need the, you know, dun, 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 you know, kind of, we're all assembling, we're all together to fight villain. And it felt a little empty, but those are minor gripes, minor complaints. My letter grade for Brothers 5, Lo Wei action wuxia film from 1970. I'm gonna give it a B+. I enjoyed it a lot, and I found it was kind of fun, and I actually had to watch this, let's get back to the Blu-ray. I watched it a couple times because there's like 2 audio commentaries on here, so I watched it 3 times. We got Brothers 5 audio commentary with James Mooj, veteran Hong Kong film critic at Eastern Kicks, and new commentary with film historian Brian Bankston from Cool Ass Cinema. And it was interesting to hear their take on the movie, the characters, and I thought it was kind of funny when I was listening to commentaries. They were kind of saying like, oh, this was kind of like you know, an average Shaw Brothers thing, not a lot of memorable character development and depth. And I was like, I'm finding this like way fun and way entertaining, and I was enjoying it. And I was not hating that I had to watch it a couple times for the commentary. So if you've seen Brothers 5, if you have this Shaw Brothers collection from Shout Factory, let me know in the comments below. If you're brand new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Thanks a bunch for watching this video. For CoinOp TV, we'll see you next time.